Alright, so in this video we're back with the Odyssey, and today we're going to fix a little small oil leak we have, and it's going to be under here. It's for the camshaft. There's an end cap, and it's the front one. There's two of them, and this one usually leaks, and mine is starting to leak at around 100,000 miles. And this is the part that we'll be changing. So it's just a rubber O-ring. That's the part number there. And you want to use genuine parts here, as we don't want to see that leak coming back. So first thing what we want to do is take out the cover here. So we're just going to unscrew or undo these little clips in the front. And that's going to pick up, and then in the back there's just rubber garments to hold it down. So we're just going to pull on it and it pops right out. Just like that. So if we look here, right down there, you can kind of see the cap. So we probably need to move this kind of out of the way, and this just unclips here. And there's also a little point here. So we could probably release that so we can move around easier. And also we need to go ahead and unplug the EGR, which by the way, we will have to remove the whole EGR also, as we need to get to the end cap there. All right, so once this is free here, we can kind of see a little better our cap right there. So we do need to take the EGR out, which there's a bolt there and another one on the other side right there. So it looks like we can just kind of work around this thing. I do have this muzzler here connected. I might have to cut that loose. So the two 12mm nuts are broken loose, and they just come off by hand pretty much, or pretty easy after that. And that's what they look like. So they could be a little hard to get off, as they're sometimes rusty. Mine weren't too bad. They just popped right off. And now the EGR valve should just come right up, as we can see right here. So we can check, make sure it's not clogged. Looks pretty good. And we can see this thing is kind of old, but it still works, so that's good. And there is a gasket there, which mine came off cleanly, so it could go right back on like it was. If you want to, you can change that, but not necessary. And now we have plenty of room to get to our cap right there. So now we just need to take out these two bolts and then pull the cap out, which could be a little tricky, but you know, some pry bars and stuff. And as you guys can see, that's where our leak is coming from, as everything is really oily around that area, especially below it. So once you break them loose, they actually come out really easy. But I'm gonna go ahead and clean out this area a little bit with some cleaner. That way it's not so greasy. All right, so the bolts are out. I kind of cleaned it a little bit. So now we just need to take this cap off. So sometimes hitting it on this ear here will make it turn, and then you can kind of pry it off. Actually guys, mine turns by hand, as you guys can see, so it's not tight at all. So that just tells me that seal is definitely worn out. So I just use this tool here to kind of pry it. Started on that side and kind of wedged it this way, and that's how it popped off. And we can see our gasket right there. So let's go ahead and grab it. So yeah, the lid looks good. The gasket definitely looks old and hard. So just need to clean up all that oil down there and replace the gasket. All right, so the gasket's off. It's definitely hard, but it's not terrible. But you guys can see it kind of lost its flexibility there somewhat. It is flexible still, it's not cracking, but it does feel kind of hard and seems like it shrunk. But here's our new one. It's very flexible and very soft and pliable. Yeah, and it's much thicker, as you guys can see there. The old one is just worn out, basically shrunk. So this new one should do the job. So we're just going to slide it over into the groove, make sure everything's very clean. I'm going to clean mine a little more. And then you want to make sure that you lube this with oil, and also lube the part where it inserts to with oil. Make sure you don't have any dust or dirt in between. All right, so we got everything nicely lubed and cleaned up on both ends. So now we're just going to install this back to where it was. All right, so I went back in easy with not any force, just a little bit, and it went. Make sure you kind of move it around, make sure the gasket is nice and grooved in its place and not, you know, pinched or anything. Now we can put these bolts back in, tighten them, put the EGR back in, tighten those, plug in our wires back in here on top, crank it up, look, make sure nothing leaks, and we'll be good to go. All right guys, so everything is back nice and tight. Everything is plugged in. It all looks good. So now we just need to run it and monitor, make sure we don't have a leak there. I'm sure that'll fix the problem. And that's one of the places where this engine can leak eventually. Another place is quite notorious is right here. There's a valve solenoid, and there's two gaskets in between here. If you're wet all around here, you probably want to check that one too and change it. It's not too hard either, as if it starts going on your alternator, the oil, it'll ruin it. Yeah, I had to change mine here also. It started seeping, and I got a video for that and a bunch of other videos I've made so far with this vehicle. So check those out, and also links in the description for the parts.